So once again, welcome back you all to the classes. So here you all know that now we are discussing the first chapter of your chemistry part, that is chemical reactions and equations. So what are the things we have learned already in our previous classes? We know very well how to balance the chemical equations, and also we have discussed the types of chemical reactions. So some of the types of chemical reactions we are already discussed, and remaining we are going to learn in our today's session. So see here, there are 5 different types of chemical reactions are there. So in that the first one is combination reaction, second decomposition reaction, third displacement reaction, fourth one double displacement reaction, and the fifth one, that is oxidation and reduction reaction, or simply we can call this as the redox reactions. Okay, so these are the 5 types of chemical reactions. So already we have learned about the combination reaction. So combination reaction means what? Here the 2 or more reactants, or the 2 or more elements, or 2 or more elements and compounds, they will combine together to form a new substance or the new product. Only single product has formed here, and that reaction we call as combination reaction. Okay, and in general form we can also write this as A plus B give rise to the new substance, that is C. The general equation we can write here like this. Okay, so here A and B, these are nothing but the reactants. Okay, and the C products, only single product has formed here, and that we can call as whatever the substances we are writing on the RHS, that means the right hand side, they are products. Okay, so here in combination reaction what happens, dear students? The 2 or more reactants combines together to form a single product. Only one product has formed here, and that is what? The combination reaction. Okay, and the second thing here, the second type of reaction, chemical reaction, that is decomposition reaction. So here in the decomposition reaction what happened? Already we have learned, and for this also the general equation. So what is the decomposition reaction? Decomposition reaction is nothing but here only single product, single reactant. So this decomposition reaction, it is exactly opposite to this combination reaction. Exactly opposite. Okay. So here 2 or more reactants reacts to form single product. But here what happens? Only single reactant, that is reacts, or that breaks down, or that is splits up into different number of products. Either 2 or more than 2 products will be obtained here. So that we can call as the decomposition reaction. So in generally, how can we give the equation for this decomposition reaction? That is A give rise to B plus C. Yes, in general we can write like this. So A is the single reactant, and when this single reactant reacts, or when it splits up by the absorption of heat in form of light, or in form of the heat, or in form of the electricity, so that will be splits up into 2 or more products, then this reaction we can call as the decomposition reaction. Okay, so about this we have learnt in our previous classes. So now I wanted to explain you some more things about this decomposition reaction. So now we can begin this. So this much you all know. You can take down these general equations also. This will be helpful for you. Okay, instead of remembering all the things whatever we learn, if you remember these general equations, then it will be easy for you to remember the reactions. class we have learnt about the decomposition reaction. Okay. The second type of reaction, that is decomposition reaction. Okay. This is our second type of reaction, that is decomposition reaction. So already I said the definition of this decomposition reaction. Here only single reactant, it splits up into the two or more number of products. Then we can call it as the decomposition reaction. Again in this decomposition reaction there are three types. Which are those? I said already. In the decomposition reaction again there are three types. One is thermochemical decomposition, and the second type is electrolysis. Okay, or else we can also call for this thermochemical decomposition, we can also call as thermolysis. Okay, what we can call for this? This is called as thermolysis. And the second type is electrolysis. And one more type of decomposition reaction is also there, that is photolysis. Photochemical decomposition, or we can also call it as photolysis. Okay. These are the three types of decomposition reaction. So here first one, thermochemical decomposition or thermolysis, what we can call. Here the reaction, the thermo means heat. The reactions involve heat. If the reactant splits up or break down by using the heat, if the decomposition reaction involves the use of heat, then we can call it as thermochemical decomposition, or we can call it as thermolysis. So here two words are there, thermolysis. One is thermo and another one is lysis. So here if we divide this, the thermo, it indicates, the thermo means here heat and lysis means breakdown or splits up. Okay, thermo means heat and lysis means breakdown. So here in the thermolysis or thermochemical decomposition, the decomposition reaction involves the heat energy. Right. And the second type is electrolysis. Again electrolysis, here also the two terms are there. One is electro and another one is lysis. Okay. So here this type of decomposition reaction involves the use of electricity in the decomposition reaction. So here the two terms electrolysis, in this single term electrolysis, there are two words are there. One is electro and another one is lysis. Electro means here electricity. Okay. So the decomposition reaction here in electrolysis, it involves the use of electricity. And already you know that lysis means what? Yes, it is breakdown. This is the second type of decomposition reaction. And one more, the third type of decomposition reaction is photochemical decomposition, or we can call it as photolysis. Okay. So here in the photolysis, again we can split this word, or we can split this term. So here photo means what? Yes, it is light. Okay. Again the lysis means what? Yes, it is breakdown. So if the compound or the reactant is splits up into new products by using the light, either it may be the sunlight or it may be any kind of light. For example, in your home you might have the light bulbs and all. So by that light also sometimes the composition or any compound will be breaks down. So that is what we can call the photolysis. And already in the yesterday class when I was explaining about this decomposition reaction, we have learned many examples on this decomposition reaction. And now I will explain you about the uses of this decomposition reaction. What are the uses? Okay. So now you can study the uses of decomposition reaction. So you know that we extract the metals from their ore. Okay. So ores occur naturally in the nature. Most of the time what happens, the metals, whenever we extract the metals, it will not be in the form of pure form. So it always occur in the form of oxides or chlorides. Okay. Always the metals, they occur in the nature as their oxides or chlorides. So to extract the metals, for example, if I take any chloride, so I can say sodium chloride, that is the common salt, NaCl. So sodium chloride means it is available or it occurs in nature as the form of chloride, that is sodium chloride. So when this sodium chloride, so if we take some crystals of sodium chloride and if we pass the electricity over this, so that time what happens? This sodium chloride will split up into sodium metal and chlorine ion. Okay. So likewise the reaction takes place here. This is what the use of the decomposition reaction. Even we can take here the aluminium also. The one of the major ore of this aluminium is bauxite. Okay. And this bauxite, first it is converted into alumina. Alumina means it is the oxide of the aluminium. Okay. That is Al2O3. Aluminium oxide. This bauxite is the ore of the aluminium. And this ore is converted into aluminium oxide. That is Al2O3. Then after, by passing the electricity, the aluminium will be extracted. Right? So likewise, the decomposition will be helpful. Okay? And even it will be helpful in many other processes also. Okay? So this is what decomposition reaction. And see, you can observe one more thing here very carefully. When we studied about the combination reaction as well as the decomposition reaction, here in the combination reaction, when I said example, I will write on the board about the combination reaction. So now in general, together combination and decomposition I will speak now. So most common thing what we have observed in this two is, so one I will explain you here. In the combination reaction, okay, when we are discussing about the combination reaction, so I said that it is when the two or more reactants combines, they form a single product. So in that, when the single product has formed, with that the liberation of heat also takes place. Okay, for example, I will tell you, when calcium oxide, what is this? This is quicklime, sunna, what we call. Yes. So when this calcium oxide, it reacts vigorously with water. Very fastly it will react. And what it forms? It forms calcium hydroxide, that is CaOH twice. So with that, it will also liberate the heat. Okay. So heat is liberated here. So if you add some of the powder of calcium oxide or the solid form of the calcium oxide in the water, so if you touch the vessel of that, you will feel warm. Why? Because there the liberation of heat takes place. Yes? In some reactions it will happen. And in most of the combustion reaction, what we call. Combustion reaction means, for example, see, the burning, any reaction, if it involves the burning takes place here. Again, if we consider one more example, okay, for the common example I have demonstrated in the first class itself, that is magnesium ribbon. When magnesium ribbon burns in air, that also form the magnesium oxide plus heat energy will be evolved there. Yes, this is also common. See here, in this all the reactions, what is the common thing? There the evolution of heat takes place. But heat will not evolve in all the reactions, but only in some reactions the heat will be evolved. Then what we can call for such reactions? Do you have any idea about this? Some reactions involve the evolution of heat. What are those? Yes, they are, we can call, if any reaction involves the evolution of heat, or if the reactions are accompanied with the evolution of heat, then such reactions are called as exothermic reactions. What we can call? Exothermic reactions. So, listen carefully. One more time I will repeat the definition of this exothermic reaction. If the chemical reactions accompanied by the evolution of heat, then we can call them as exothermic reactions. Exo means what? The evolution. Okay, evolution of heat energy takes place here. So in all the three examples, whatever I have given here, in all the three examples, there the evolution of heat takes place. When the evolution of heat takes place in these reactions, then we can call it as exothermic reactions. And here in combination reaction, some reactions will evolve, they are accompanied with the evolution of heat and some are not. But the combustion reaction, combustion means any burning process if we take, anything you can burn, that is example for exothermic reaction. Whenever we burn something, there definitely the release of or the evolution of the heat takes place. So all the combustion reactions are example for the exothermic reactions. Is it clear? Am I clear with this? Okay, very good. And then one more type of reaction is there. So when I was explaining, can I write this? Okay, you have already taken, again for example for this exothermic reaction you make a note, these reactions please. Okay, and then one more reaction we have learned already, that is decomposition reaction. Okay, so the second type of reaction what we have learned here, that is decomposition reaction. So see, in this decomposition reaction what had happened here. So here the three types are there. So one example I am going to give you for all the type. One is thermolysis. So thermolysis means it involves the heat. Okay, when ferrous sulfate, okay, when ferrous sulfate is heated, then it forms the ferric oxide and sulfur trioxide and sulfur dioxide. Okay, so there it will take the heat, it absorbs the heat. And one more example we can tell you the electrolysis. Okay, so in this electrolysis I can say most common example we can take, that is water. So when water, the acidified water, when we pass the electricity through the acidified water, what happened here? It will split up into hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, here we can balance this. Okay, right? So here right? And here also the electricity means here also the energy is absorbed in the form of electricity. Okay, and one more we can discuss, that is what the last one, that is photolysis. Photolysis. Okay, so photolysis means by using the sunlight. So if we take the breakdown of AgCl, that is silver chloride. So when we take the silver chloride, when we expose the silver chloride, so here I can write sunlight, or sometimes we can also mention it as UV. Okay, UV it means also the sunlight. Okay, so when the silver chloride is exposed to the sunlight, so that time what happened here? The silver and chlorine gas will be evolved. Yes, the silver as well as chlorine, that will be evolved here. So there also the absorption of energy takes place in the form of sunlight. So when we take these as the example, here the absorption of heat energy takes place. So like this, if the reactions in which the absorption of energy, if it is takes place, or heat energy, electricity, whatever it may be in the form, the sunlight, whatever. So if the absorption of heat energy, if it is takes place, then such reactions we can call as what? Endothermic reactions. What we can call? Endothermic reactions. Right? Is it clear? Okay. So how can we define the endothermic reactions now? So endothermic reactions are the reactions which involve the absorption of the heat energy, whatever the form. It may be in the form of heat, or it may be in the form of electricity, or it may be in the form of sunlight. So if the absorption of energy takes place in the reaction, then we can call it as endothermic reactions. And remember, all the decomposition reactions are example for these endothermic reaction, because all the decomposition reaction involves the use of either heat or electricity or sunlight. So these decomposition, all the decomposition reactions are example for these endothermic reactions. Okay, now I will give you some more example for this. So this is about combination and decomposition. So here in combination reaction, when it involves the combustion, so there what form? The evolution of heat had taken place, so that we can call as the exothermic reactions. And now I will give you the clear definition for this exothermic and endothermic reaction. And other than this combustion reaction, if any examples are there for this endothermic and exothermic reactions, of course they are there. So what are these reactions? I will tell you here. So first one, that is not these types, this endothermic. I will give you star mark, don't be confused. So one is exothermic reaction. Okay, I will write definition also. You can make a note of this. Exothermic reaction. Here, if the chemical reactions accompany with the evolution of heat are called exothermic reactions. Okay. If the chemical reactions accompanied with the evolution of heat, then we can call them as exothermic reactions. So not only the combustion reactions. Okay, whatever the processes which involve the burning process, then we can call as the combustion reactions. So they are example for the exothermic reactions. And other than that, I can also say the respiration. Okay, the respiration process. Here in the respiration process, what happened? So respiration means what? Definition I will tell you. Respiration means the taking in oxygen and using that oxygen to break down the food and to release the energy. So that process we call as the respiration. So in this respiration, I will write the equation here, what the equation has taken place in the respiration reaction. So what is the food? In form of glucose it is, that is C6H12O6. So when we are breathing, what is the major component? S, that is O2. And when the process takes place, here what happened in the respiration process? Yes, there the liberation of carbon dioxide takes place, with some water vapors are also released. With that, the energy will be released. Right? So this is what the respiration reaction. So now see whether it is balanced or not. So here 6 oxygen are there, 2 in the reactant side. Totally 8 are there, here only 2 are there, and 1, 3 total. And how many number of hydrogen are there? Here 12, only 2 are there. And number of carbon, here 6 are there and here only 1. So now we have to balance this. So 6 carbon are there in the reactant. We can multiply this with 6. So 6 CO2, the carbon has balanced. Okay. And here the 6 and only 8 oxygen are there. And here how many are there now? So next we can balance hydrogen first. So if I multiply with 6, hydrogen also get balanced. And now what is the total number of oxygen here? 6 2s are 12. 12 plus 6. How much? 18? Yes? Okay. And how we can balance here? So if it becomes 18. Now 6 and here it has to become 12. So here 6 plus 12 it is 18. Okay. So this is one example, and see how it will be the respiration, how it will be the exothermic reaction. So it should be there should be the liberation of heat. So just you can take a deep breath and just leave it on your palm. You will feel hot or warm. So it means that there is the liberation of heat energy. It means what? The respiration is example for the exothermic reaction. Okay. And also I can give the example, one more example I can give, that is for exothermic reaction, the decomposition of vegetable matter. Decomposition of vegetable matter. If any vegetable matter or if anything undergo decaying process, so when it decayed, you might have seen it formed the compost. Okay, so if you touch that, it will feel warm. So that it means what? When we feel it warm, there is a chemical reaction took place and the heat gets liberated in the reaction. So other than these combustion reactions, this respiration and decomposition of vegetable matter, they are also a very good example for these exothermic reactions. Am I clear with this? Okay. Then the next type of reaction, that is the endothermic reaction. You can note the definition. Whenever you are sitting, sit with book and pen. You have to note on all the reactions. You need to practice it. Then only it will be easy for you. Not easy, easier. Okay. Then the second type is may be in the form of electricity or it may be in the form of heat. Absorption of heat, then it is called endothermic reaction. Okay. If the reaction involves the absorption of heat, then it is called endothermic reaction. Okay. Examples are what I said already. The most common example for these endothermic reaction, all the decomposition reactions are endothermic reaction. Decomposition reaction, all the decomposition reactions. Okay, all are example for the this endothermic reaction. Okay, because all type of decomposition reactions involve the absorption of energy, either in the form of heat or in the form of light or in the form of electricity. And then other than that, any other examples are there? Yes, I can say the photosynthesis process. Photosynthesis process is an example for endothermic reaction. Yes, so here see here how it will be endothermic reaction. So in the photosynthesis process, it use CO2, the plants use CO2, and what is this photosynthesis process? Firstly, I have to explain. So photosynthesis means it is the process of making food by the plants. Yes, the plants produces the food, so that we call plants as the producers, because only the plants can prepare the food because of presence of chlorophyll. So when in the process of photosynthesis, the plants absorb the carbon dioxide in the nature and they use the water and they will form the food in the form of glucose, that is C6H12O6. With that, they will form the water as well as, with that what happened in the photosynthesis process? Yes, they will form oxygen and water. Okay. And we can balance this first. So here only one carbon is there, here 6 are there, we can balance it, 6 CO2. Okay, and here only 2 hydrogen are there, and here how many are there? 12. Okay, so if I multiply this with 12, what happened here? Again it will become 24, and here I have to multiply with 6, and to balance the oxygen we have to multiply with 6. See here, totally 12 oxygen, number of oxygen you can count. So here 6 into 2, 12, 12 into 1, 12, total 24, 6 and 12, 6 plus 12 how much? 18 and 6, 24. Okay, so total number of oxygen 24 in the product side and 24 in the reactant side. And hydrogen 24 and here also 24, balanced. And carbon here 6 and here 6, that is also balanced. And here in the photosynthesis, the plants use sunlight. The sunlight is absorbed by the chlorophyll. Yes, so that since the absorption of sunlight takes place in the photosynthesis process, this is example for the endothermic reaction. With this, all the decomposition reactions are example for the endothermic reactions. Is it clear for everyone? Okay, well, so this much for today's session. And in the next class, firstly I will explain you what kind of questions are going to be asked on this, and later we will discuss about the next type of chemical reaction, that is displacement reaction. Okay, fine. So I will end up this session now. Thank you everyone for attending the class.